Hello, I'm Catherine, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if this is a return visit. So glad to see you here today. I love finding something great at the drugstore. It is the biggest high when you find a great product that is inexpensive and easy to find. So recently I was on a trip to visit family and I had to go to their local CVS. As I was walking through their beauty section, my jaw dropped. I couldn't believe how much great stuff they had. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to pick up some new stuff, play with it, and bring it back and do a video for you guys. So that is what I've done today in this video. I don't think all of these products are brand new to the market. Some of them are and some of them aren't, but they are definitely brand new to me and things that I've been wanting to try. This is the finished look. So I'm going to take you back in time and you can see me applying this makeup. I will give you a heads up, and I say it in the application. I actually filmed this video yesterday, and as I was reviewing it and editing it, I couldn't believe how bad the makeup turned out. So I did redo, and I actually am liking this a lot better. If you are interested in seeing a train wreck, I can absolutely show you those types of videos. Most of the time I'm trying to get to a look that I feel like you all want to wear yourselves and that you can try to recreate for yourself. So I can show you when everything goes wrong and you can watch it, but just let me know in the comments below. So that is what I've done. I went out and I bought some new stuff and I'm going to share it with you here today. Let's try on some new makeup from the drugstore. So I will go ahead and tell you about the primer and the foundation because I'm going to do a little trick with this. The foundation I'm going to use is this new one from Covergirl. It is the Outlast. It's like a 24-hour full coverage, extreme wear, 3-in-1 foundation, full coverage, SPF 18. And the primer I am going to use, is this one from Joah, which is a new company for me. I found them at CVS and it's their Instant Prime Activator. And I did this entire video yesterday. I filmed it and I hated it. I thought it looked so bad on my skin, everything about it. I thought, this is not good. So I'm redoing, and I'm actually going to be trying a few new things, and hopefully this will turn out a little bit better than yesterday. So one of the things I wanted to try was to actually mix the two of these together. Because this is such a full coverage, it was very cakey on my skin, and I just didn't think it was that flattering. And when I used a small amount, it didn't build as well. So I'm going to use a full pump, and I have the shade, just so you know, I have, it's called Classic Ivory. And then I'm going to add some of this hydrating primer to that and make my own little concoction. Kind of like a tinted moisturizer, but not quite. I'm just going to try to give this a little bit more moisture and see if I can get it a little less cakey than it was. We're going to try something. I'm going to try to use the smallest amount possible. Okay, so let's try this. The color is fine. It's a tad light, but nothing bad. I want to really try and use the smallest amount because, like I said, I felt like this was really cakey. And yesterday I applied the primer first all over the skin, which feels like a nice thick moisturizer. I didn't have any problems with that. But then the foundation was just so cakey, and I felt it on my skin all day. It settled into fine lines and wrinkles, and I was not happy with it. Now you're probably saying, well, boy, this isn't a very good recommendation for this foundation if I have to add something to it. And you don't necessarily have to add that Joah, but that's what I was trying. We're going to see how this goes. I can already tell this is better. It's thinner. It doesn't feel quite so tacky on my skin. And I have quite a bit left. I'm probably not going to use it. I might just go in a little bit on this sunspot, but I'm going to try to keep this as minimal as possible. That's a much better finish. Much better finish. I like that a lot better than I did yesterday. A lot better. So again, you're probably saying, I'm just not going to get that foundation. everybody's skin is different, and this foundation might work better for your skin. If this lasts all day in this nice state of this satin finish and stays put, then it could be a worthwhile one to add to your collection. I just never want anybody, when you buy something, of course you can always return it. A lot of times the drugstore stuff you can't, but if it's a high end, you can return it. But I never want you to feel like, well, what am I gonna do with this product? I've wasted my money. Add something to it. Always, if it needs moisture, add a little bit of moisturizer to it. If it's too moisturizing or too glowy, add a little bit of a more matte foundation to it. Play with your makeup. It's okay to combine things. And it took me a while to figure that out, but now that I know that, I can really make a big difference in my makeup. Okay, the next product I'm trying is from Joah as well, and this is their Truly Yours Dark Circle Concealer. So I did use this yesterday as well, and this has a little, turn it up, pumpy kind of sponge on the end, just like the Maybelline Age Rewind, and also like the one from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm just gonna put some of this here on my under eye, and I'm gonna use it too as an eye primer because I don't have a separate eye primer. And this wore pretty well yesterday. It didn't have the staying power, so I'm gonna be interested to see. Again, I wonder if it was all the cakiness that was on my face. It was really hard to tell. I'm curious too, please let me know in the comments, are you interested in seeing a video like that where everything goes wrong? I mean, you might be. It's like watching a train wreck, right? If you are, I'm happy to put it up, but I will have to put a disclosure and just say, I do not endorse this final product that's on my face. But if you are interested in seeing something like that, I'm happy to go ahead and show you things like that, but just let me know. I'm always trying to give you an idea of a good look to put forward, not usually a bad one, but hopefully this one will turn out a little bit better. So I think you can see that did a pretty nice job. It's pretty light. Might add a little bit more to that, especially since it didn't seem to last as well. But it seems pretty hydrating. It really does seem pretty hydrating, and it did not crease on me, which was nice. So that is the Truly Yours Dark Circle Correct Concealer from Joah. Okay, powder. Of course, it's so hard because these are not first impressions, but I picked up this Burts Bees Mattifying Powder Foundation with Bamboo. And I thought, oh, I have one of their blushes in Shy Pink that I love. I thought, I think I'll try this. Well, here's the thing with this powder. It kicks up so much powder. So when I went into it, so much, I don't even know if that came up. Man, I just have powder everywhere. It kicked up so much that it added to the cakiness on my face. So we're gonna use it again, but you can already tell, just I'm barely brushing. I'm actually gonna kind of tap it off on my towel here. Very heavy concentration of powder, very powdery. And I feel like it really added to how cakey everything looked. I just want a small amount of powder. That's a little better, but I would not recommend this product because of that. I mean, the L'Oreal Infallible one, the new one that's out, is incredible. This, I mean, it's already losing all the imprint, and I've only used it twice, and it's because way too much comes up. And there's just so many better powders. I mean, Catrice has a great one. Essence has a great one. Covergirl has a great one. This I would pass on. But for you guys, I'm using it today. Another product that I picked up from Joah is this palette that they just released called Chasing the Sun. And this is the palette. It's really quite beautiful. Very bronzy, very summer. The colors in the eyeshadows down below really remind me of the Natasha Denona Bronze palette, which I love, and of course, which is much more expensive. So we're gonna go into, there's actually two tones of bronzer, a lighter and a deeper, and we're gonna go into that lighter bronzer. I'm gonna use a brush that I picked up from Joah. It's just a powdery brush, nice for bronzer. And I'm gonna go ahead and start blending that. This does have a very slight sheen. It has kind of a red undertone. You see a little bit of pink kind of kick up a little bit in it, but not too much. It is not powdery like the Burt's Bees powder. So you do have to kind of keep going in, which I do not mind because I want to be able to build my own amount of bronzer and color. And I don't want too much put on at one time. So this is nice. I haven't tried the darker one, but it's interesting. You can see, you could use this as blush and bronzer because this shade, by the way, is called Beachin. And you can see how it has just that very slight pinkness, redness coming through, but very pretty. Gives you a nice natural look. I like it a lot. I enjoyed using this yesterday. I thought it did a nice job, and it stayed on all day, which was nice. Okay, so another new product that I got is from Covergirl, and this was courtesy of Risa Does Makeup. She did a dupe video recently and mentioned this particular Covergirl shade, which is called Love Me. She said this was a dupe for a Dior blush, and I think the name of it is Rose Montagna. It's one that I've had my eye on for a long time, but I've never pulled the trigger and actually bought it. And then when she said this was a dupe, and I saw it at the CVS, I was like, let's try it out. So I thought this would be nice to add a little bit of this kind of peachier pink to this bronzy look. So I'm just gonna add a little bit. This does have a nice sheen to it as well, but really pretty. I am very much enjoying this blush, and I would recommend this. This is beautiful, specifically for spring or summer. I mean, you could wear it whenever, but it's a very pretty blush. Just light and a little bit of that gold sheen to it. Very, very pretty. I'm enjoying this blush quite a bit. It is one of the winners out of this haul. Okay, there is a highlight in here called Golden Hour, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on because I already feel like I have so much glow, but I want you to be able to see it. And it definitely has a gold shift to it. But very pretty. You can see kind of that goldness coming through. A little down the nose here. And all in all, I think I'm not putting any more of that powder on, but I'm just going to use this to kind of go over what I have with the complexion. And I'm pretty pleased with the way the complexion is looking now. The foundation is better. I still feel it on there, but so much better than yesterday. So I'm glad that I did that little trick where we mixed. Okay, for a brow product, I also got this recommendation from Risa Does Makeup, Risa of Risa Does Makeup. Check out her channel. I'm sure you already do, but she's great. She's one of my favorites to follow, has been for a long time. She recommended this Joah Precision Brow Pencil, and I have the shade Cool Blonde. And it's just a very skinny pencil, and it has the spoolie on the other end. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start filling in my brow. And I did use this yesterday, and it is, it's very nice. I like the tone of it. I will say you do have to press pretty hard. So that being said, I have a feeling you will go through this product pretty quickly. But again, it's more affordable. So you know, if you have to pick up a couple, and usually CVS has some sort of a sale or something going on, but the tone of this is really very nice. I think it's one of the best cool blonde tones that I've found from the drugstore. So if you're struggling with that like I do, I always struggle with finding one that's not too warm. I don't like it to be red. If it comes off red on me, it looks ridiculous. So it does a nice job, fills them in. I like the spoolie. All in all, very nice product, and I'm glad I picked this up. I do wonder though how quickly I will go through it. For eyes, I'm gonna go back to the palette. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I'm going to get a big fluffy brush. I'm going to go into this shade here called Solstice. I do love the mirror in this palette. It's very nice. And I think this palette is $20, which is a great deal for everything you get. This color, Solstice, is very pretty. Kind of that, not quite peachy, but that kind of peachy tan. Very pretty. Would be a great just all over your lid and go type of shade. So I really like that. That's so pretty. Then I think what I'm going to do is take the shade next to it, which is called Heat Wave, right there. I'm going to use Heat Wave through the crease and a little bit above the crease, just to create a little bit of a lift. I don't want too much. It is pigmented, but that's okay. You can blend. I'm going to diffuse this a little bit more in a minute. But this is a very pigmented shadow. A little patchy. This darker one's a little bit patchy going on, but not horrible. I'm going to take that same shade that we had, the Solstice shade, and I'm just going to go over that and kind of blur it so that it all looks a little bit more blurred. I like that a lot better. And then I'm going to go into the highlight actually, because these other shades, this one is just too gold and I really don't want anything that deep. We're going to use that Lash shade for something else, but I'm going to use this highlight shade just on the lid. Since I didn't pick up an eyeliner, I thought it would be fun to use this. This is actually like a deep, this is a deep bronzy shade, kind of a deep brown. I'll show you in a second. And this one is called Sienna. And I'm going to use that as my liner. And so I'm using this. This is a flat precision eyeshadow brush from Profusion. It's the E57. And I'm just going to take some MAC Fix Plus and wet that. You could use any setting spray you have. And I'm going to go directly into Sienna. I'll bring you in a little bit so you can see. So I've got the Sienna here, and I'm just going to lightly take this brush and line right along the lash line, all the way to the corner. And you can see it's just a very light bronzy color. The setting spray will help it to stay put and helps you get a little bit more deepness of pigment. But I like the fact, I like doing this sometimes with a shimmer because you have that kind of, when you turn, you see the reflect. I like this bronzy simple eye. I think in general it's very nice. The shades worked well, they were very pigmented, and you just needed to make sure you did a lot of blending. So next I'm going to curl my lashes and then I will be right back. Okay, I have curled my lashes and now I'm going to show you the mascara that we're going to try. Again from Joah. It is called Lash Uprising, and the wand is that kind of typical L'Oreal Lash Paradise hourglass wand. And I will bring you in and we can try out this new mascara. These are not usually my favorite type of wands because I poke myself with them, but we shall see. It is more of a wet formula. And first coat, okay. Let's try a second coat. seems to be building. Not clumping, which is good. Okay, not too bad. Other eye. Okay, pretty good. Let's do a second coat. Not bad. I always like to go back and see if, since it's dried some, if it will build better. And it's really built about as much as it's gonna build. Okay, not bad. I have no idea how this will wear, how it will smudge or flake or anything. I'll let you know. I did wear it yesterday and I didn't notice anything crazy like that. So that was good, but I'll let you know again today. Interesting. They look good. I don't have any complaints. This is such a better makeup day than yesterday. I cannot even tell you. It was not good. Again, if you guys want to see the train wreck, let me know. For lips, I am using a NYX pencil. This is not new. It's one of my older ones. It's a Nude Truffle, but I felt like it worked well with this look, and I'm just gonna line. This is a great pencil if you like to contour your lips, give them a little bit more shape. It's a great one. NYX Nude Truffle, very inexpensive. And then I got this Joah product. It's a lip product from them this is in the shade Glazed. And it's just kind of an earthier pink tone. I thought this color went well with kind of the bronzier looks and the eye look. In general, I think pretty nice. I also got the new Physicians Formula setting spray. This is the Essence of Healthy toner and setting spray. It's a beautiful bottle. I mean, this is glass and just gorgeous. But I'll show you, of course, it's all about the mist. So here's the mist. Pretty good, right? Let's try it. Nice. No real fragrance that I'm smelling. Dry that off a little. Okay. So this is the finished look, and I cannot tell you how much better it is than the one I made yesterday. So I'm much, much happier with this. We'll see how this foundation wears. It's still not my favorite, I'm gonna tell you. I mean, whenever you have to tweak something like that, I was just not that initially impressed. And there are other foundations at the drugstore that are initially very, very impressive. This primer is pretty nice. If you are at the drugstore and you need a decent hydrating primer, I'm pretty pleased with that. The brow pencil, I think, is very good. I actually will pick that up again. I'm enjoying this palette. I don't know if it's something that you necessarily need, but if you don't have any of these kind of bronzy tones in your collection, it would be a great thing to pick up before the summer. I say no on this powder. Don't waste your money. The concealer is okay. Again, I found yesterday my under eyes looked very dark at the end of the day, so I'm not sure about it. We'll see how it does with this new foundation combination. The blush, I say go get. It is great. If you like this kind of a peachy, pinky, sparkly shade, it's perfect. And of course, it is at the drugstore and a great price, but very, very high-end formula. Mascara seems to be pretty good. I don't know, we'll see. We'll keep checking that out. And the lip product, this feels great. It's not sticky. It's kind of that, you know, what everybody's coming out with now, these glossy balms. Very, very comfortable. And I like the color for summer. I think it's just a nice nude for summer. And the setting spray, very good. I think it's gorgeous packaging. And the spray was really nice. And it didn't have any really crazy smell, which I do love. So I think that's everything. I hope this was helpful. If you happen into a CVS and you see some of these products, hopefully this will help you to know if you want to pick them up or if you want to pass. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I hope to see you again in my next video.